What's up, everybody? Welcome to podcast now. I'm Alex, and we are back. I want to talk a little bit about Scream. Look, there's been quite a bit, but I try to pick and choose, what I want to talk about. And this topic kind of piqued my interest, because I linger and I watch, all of these different people say things on social media. And so over this past week, we had this Cat in the Hat situation going on, and I thought, what a ridiculous thing. Let's talk about it, in the video. But no, so this movie is going to come out, I believe, the same day, right? As Scream 7. And I've seen people in the past, kind of bring it up as a concern, and it's something maybe we'll have to talk about, and we'll talk about here, but also as we get closer. So then this past week, we got a trailer for it, and I think it brings back up this maybe fear in people that, and I think it's because of Scream 4, right? Scream 4 had a little bit issues in the box office, as I've been told, and as I've seen myself personally. So I think it's bringing up those negative kinds of feelings. And then I also see this splintered part of the Scream fandom say, all right, because, I think a factual thing you can say is, all right, well, Cat in the Hat comes out same day, and then they're starting the marketing right now. They already have a trailer for it. So, okay, Scream, when is it your turn? Well, the first thing I think, just beyond even the first thing I think, is I just think it's too soon. And also, aren't we pretty sure that this movie isn't even going to be done editing until, August? Didn't, Marco say that on social media or Instagram or something? So they're not even done with it yet. And it's how can you really make a trailer? I come from games. Obviously, we covered that quite a bit. Gaming, of course. Gaming, you can be 20%, 10%, 5% of the way through, and you can throw together a trailer on that game, mislead people, do whatever you want. But when it comes to a movie, I feel like you got to be pretty close. And I mean, most movies feel have trailers 3, 4, 5, 6 months before they come out. We're getting there. We're definitely getting there. But it's if you're not done cutting the movie yet, right? If you don't even have the full sound to the movie, the soundtrack, then how are you supposed to throw together? And I don't know if necessarily Cat in the Hat, but I think, that also still comes a little bit from that gaming type background where animated. I feel like you can do things and you could start the promotion. You can make a trailer for that much sooner and quicker than you could for Scream. Although another thing that I guess that's number one. Okay. But another thing I was thinking of even this morning was well, this is going to sound weird. Do you want the promotion to start already with Scream? And the way I think about it is no. The answer is actually kind of no, because I don't know if you can actually keep it going the whole time. Now, I love promotion and marketing. And again, even with gaming, if you post a social media, Twitter post every day on some random fact of your movie or game, and you do that every day for a month before the movie comes out, I think that's cool. And I think that's a good way of, interacting and building that kind of grassroots following, right? So I'm all there. But I just said it. I said a month, or 2 months or 3 months. I mean, and maybe I'm just trapped in what the Hollywood machine, wants to do. But it's I don't know. If you showed a trailer for Scream 7 literally today, I just don't think you have enough for hour and 45, hour 50, hour 55, whatever I don't know the runtime, but whatever it is, sub 2 hours. I just don't think you have enough, especially, by the way, for a whodunit movie, that you literally just cannot show certain things, right? There's only so much you can show and talk about in a movie where you're supposed to be guessing. And so it's if you start it now, can you really even keep it going until February? And honestly, my answer to that is no. I think Scream 6 did a really amazing job with just kind of how they handled the social aspect of it. A lot of behind the scenes set stuff, and they all gelled really well. And remember when they were playing I don't know if it was Werewolf or the deception game, and they were all taking Instagram reels of it. It's those are ways, and you can sprinkle those things in. I don't know how much you're going to have that now, because you had a lot of younger people. Now you're having a little bit of an older crowd. So it's I don't know how in tune with social media they'll be, but I think they'll be enough. But I don't think they'll be enough to do for 8 months. I think that it just doesn't make sense. So, again, I get that it makes people a little worried, where it's this was already a movie that people I think are a little concerned about. My quick thoughts there, by the way, is just I don't really care what's happened in the past. This is just me. I don't really care what's happened in the past. The movie's just got to be good. I don't care if it comes out the same day as Cat in the Hat or whatever, but I also think totally different audiences. Now, I guess if you maybe have kids and you're going and you bring your kids to see that movie, and then the parents maybe want to watch Scream, you maybe can't afford it or you don't want to do it, you can only see one movie, whatever the case might be, and so you only see Cat in the Hat because of the kids. that might happen. I think that's such a small group. I feel like horror is very strong and very like hip right now. Like literally we're in that zeitgeist. I think it'll be fine as long as it's good. If it's good, if it resonates, if they do a good job of this kind of like grassroots marketing kind of machine for it, I think it'll be fine. If it went up against other films, like I would be a little bit more worried, right? Films that are a little bit more like broader reach, like if it did like a Mission Impossible or like a Fantastic Four or a Superman, yeah, that would be a really big issue. But Cat in the Hat, it could be big, it could be small, and it could be bad, it could be good, whatever. But at the same time, like it's just made for such a different group. And I understand like Scream 4 kind of faced that and that didn't work. I feel like there was a lot more going on there. So we'll talk about that more, as we get closer. But I get that brings up that fear. I'm just not really worried about it, at least not right now. I'm not. And then, to say, okay, well, it comes out the same day and it just did a trailer, why can't you? Totally different films. I feel like just different ideas of how you want to market it and like the spacing of it. And also, like, again, Scream is just not done. Like, what do you want them to do? I just imagine it's very hard to make a trailer if the film, because then you can't even like pick your scenes, that you want to put in because you're not even 100% sure of the timing and which one comes first and last and things like that. Again, gaming and animated stuff, I feel like it's a whole lot easier to pick and choose and do that stuff, but not for movies, at least not for live action movies. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.